Hello family, welcome to another video. Thank you for joining me on this day. If it's day for you, if it's night for you, but thank you. What I'm about to read, yes, I'm about to read something very, 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 very important. Because this is for somebody. I just don't know who. And if it's not for you, share it with somebody. And if it's not for you, just listen to it. I feel like it's beneficial, again, to somebody. There's a benediction during church service, right? And sometimes people like to leave out before the benediction. You know, the benediction is the most important part. Yes, sometimes when we're listening to stuff, it could get lengthy. It could get boring. But if you keep on keeping on listening to the end, that's where the message is. The message is in the end. So I hope you'll stay with me until I read this passage, because it's for somebody. This is powerful, family. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel, next to the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. So Ahab spoke to Naboth, saying, "Give me your vineyard, that I may have it for a vegetable garden, because it is near, next to my house. And for it I will give you a vineyard better than it. Or, if it seems good to you, I will give you its worth in money." But Naboth said to Ahab, "The Lord forbid that I should give the inheritance of my fathers to you." So Ahab went into his house sullen and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken unto him. The word sullen means bad-tempered. He was angry. "I will not give you the inheritance of my fathers." And he lay down on his bed and turned away his face and would not eat food. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said to him, "Why is your spirit so sullen that you eat no food?" Sullen again means angry, bad-tempered. He said to her, "Because I spoke to Naboth the Jezreelite and said to him, 'Give me your vineyard for money, or else, if it displeases you, I will give you another vineyard for it.' And he answered, 'I will not give you my vineyard.' Then Jezebel, his wife, said to him, 'You now exercise authority over Israel. Arise, eat food, and let your heart be cheerful. I will give you the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite.' And she wrote letters in Ahab's name, sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters to the elders and the nobles who were dwelling in the city of Naboth. She wrote in the letters, saying, 'Proclaim a fast, and seat Naboth with high honor among the people, and seat 2 men, scoundrels, before him to bear witness against him, saying, You have blasphemed God and the king. Then take him out and stone him, that he may die.' So the men of his city, the elders and the nobles, who were inhabitants of the city, did Jezebel had sent to them. They had did just as Jezebel had sent to them in the letters. As it was written in the letters which she had sent to them, they proclaimed a fast and seated Naboth with high honor among the people. 2 men, scoundrels, came in and sat before him, and the scoundrels witnessed against him, against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, 'Naboth has blasphemed God and the king.' Then they took him outside the city and stoned him with stones, so that he died. Then they sent Jezebel, saying, 'Naboth has been stoned to death.' And it came to pass, when Jezebel heard that Naboth had been stoned to death, and that he was dead, Jezebel said to Ahab, 'Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite, which he refused to give you for money. For Naboth is not alive, but dead.' So it was when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab got up and went down to take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite." Stay with me. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah the Tishbite, saying, "Arise, go down to meet Ahab, king of Israel, who lives in Samaria. There he is in the vineyard of Naboth, where he has gone down to take possession of it. You shall speak to him, saying, 'Thus saith the Lord, Have you murdered and also taken possession? And you shall speak to him, saying, Thus says the Lord, in the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth, dogs shall lick your blood, even yours. So Ahab said to Elijah, Have you found me, O my enemy? And he answered, I have found you, because you have sold yourself to do evil in the sight of the Lord. Behold, I will bring calamity on you. I will take away your posterity and will cut them off from Ahab, every male in Israel, both bond and free. I will make your house like the house of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha, the son of Ahijah, because of the provocation with which you have provoked me to anger, and made Israel sin. And concerning Jezebel, the Lord also spoke, saying, The dogs shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel. The dogs shall eat whoever belongs to Ahab and dies in the city, and the birds of the air shall eat whoever dies in the field. But there was no one like Ahab, who sold himself to do wickedness in the sight of the Lord, because Jezebel, his wife, stirred him up. She stirred him up. And he behaved very abominably in following idols, according to all that the Amorites had done, whom the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel. So it was when Ahab heard those words that he tore his clothes and put sackcloth on his body, and fasted and lay in sackcloth and went about mourning. And the word of the Lord came to Elijah the Tishbite, saying, See how Ahab has humbled himself before me? Because he has humbled himself before me, I will not bring calamity in his days. In the days of his son, I will bring calamity on his house. So you have to be careful what you do and how you do it. Jezebel. Oh, be careful of the Jezebel. Jezebel will lead you into a path of pure trouble. Did you hear what she did? She did that to him so he could have what he wanted when it didn't belong to him in the first place. When something don't belong to you in the first place, it's not yours. So if somebody says to you no, the answer is no. Pure and simple. But the calamity is not going to fall on him. It's going to fall on his son. You have to be careful how you treat people, because it may not hit you, but it could hit somebody in your family, and it could go like a domino effect. Be careful of the women you have in your life, the woman you have in your life, because she may have meant that to make him feel good or to make him rise above, but that's not how it goes. You see how it turned out. Go back and read this chapter. This is in 1 Kings. If you want to go back and read it for yourself. This is chapter, give me a second. Do I got a headache? I know I got a headache. I got a headache because the devil did not want me to read this passage. He did not want me to read this and give it to my people, to give it to my family. But I hope that my family listen to this to the end. Because like I said, if it's not for you, it could be for somebody. Family, that chapter is 1 Kings chapter 21. Go back and read that chapter if you need to, and feel what you need to feel from it. But I'm going to say this again. You cannot take something from somebody and claim it as your own, especially when death is involved. You know, this lady had this man killed so that her husband can have what he wanted when he was told no. Now, that burden is going to fall on the son. If it's not yours, it's not yours. When God has something for you, it's going to be for you. You can't take something else from, you can't take from somebody and claim it as yours. That's not a blessing. Taking something is not a blessing. So just remember this, family, and thank you for staying with me throughout this video. I appreciate you all so much. To my old subscribers and to my new subscribers, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.